everything's been back, and it's all to do with deliveries. Why can't you get anything in this country? I don't know, and I don't believe it. That's going to be my new thing, by the way. I really do. I do love it. I do love it because I'm such a grumpy old man getting. Oh, sometimes that gets a bit of frustration. But that's the thing about working yourself. Everything you're doing, I mean, you're doing a two-man job by yourself, really. I mean, normally what would happen if you had a crew is you just go alongside the pier and the crew would lower it down to you. Working yourself has its disadvantages, and that's one of them. But it's the state of affairs. I mean, we can't afford to get crew. Never mind blooming keep crew. Can't afford a wage for myself, never mind afford a wage for a blooming crewman. Hopefully this year though, eh? I keep saying that, I said that to Lynsey the other week there. I says every year we keep saying this is our year, this is our year. And there's always something to stop that year from happening. This year it's the MCA. Because obviously we've passed our in-water survey, we've still now got an out-the-water survey to do. And I can do one of two things. I can wait till the tides are right and then go on to the repair berth, which they're quite happy to do. However, it's a risk because, like I said in last week's video, you are responsible for the MCA inspector's safety. So if you're climbing along slippy rocks just to have a look at the bottom of a boat, that's not very safe. And then I've got the thought of pulling the boat out the water yet once again, hiring a high-ab or a crane, which is proven rather difficult because Ryan and I are trying to do it together. We had a company and they've says basically they're not doing it now. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. The company we used to get before, when we launched on that, was dissolved. It's not out, now not doing any high-ab contracts, it's all tip runs and stuff like that, so I said to the harbour master, I says, how about getting a hoist in for the harbour? Oh no, we can't afford that. They've got plenty of money for frickin' artwork and blooming all the jollies that they all want, but actually some practical for the harbour. Oh no, we can't do that. Right, so yesterday we attempted a roll test for the MCA. Now you're supposed to do either a roll test or a heel test. And we done the roll test. Now, Baza being Baza, he never reads things right. And we totally boo-booed. I thought the way it read, you're to rock the boat and count 5 rolls. Totally balls that up. It wasn't until the last page that you actually found out you're only supposed to time 1 roll 5 times. It was just the way it was worded, because even Jeff read it and then Lynsey read it and they couldn't make sense of it until the last page either. So I think it was just the way it was written, or the way I understood it. So we had to redo the test, but luckily enough, the results of the test, if your roll seconds are as the same width as your boat, the beam, then you're okay. If it's over, then you have a stability issue. Well, luckily for us, we were a fraction of a second underneath it. Lynsey B is 2.4 metres, we were like 2.39, something like that, 2.38, so we've got plenty of stability, which is lovely to see. I'm not even concentrating on the direction I'm going, I'm supposed to be heading into the sun. So yeah, it's a mind boggler, typical government nonsense for small boats. This is what gets me, is one size fits all with the MC. I don't understand that. I mean, there's so much variation on craft. I mean, how on earth can you possibly survey a small boat like this the same as you do a ship? It just doesn't make sense. You didn't put your car into the garage and get MOT'd as a lorry, do you? So why is the MCA no coming out with different rules and regulations for smaller vessels? I'll tell you why, because they're goddamn lazy, or they've not got a clue. Now, I'm ranting on about them, but I must admit, the process that I've found so far has been unexpected. They've been very helpful. The appointment was quite very polite indeed. So, I don't know if I'm just listening to too many scare stories, but I have heard a lot of them, so there's no fuel without fire, I can assure you that. But that could have been in the early days for them to sort their life out, because it's funny how the MC got in touch with me exactly the same time I was sorting out the registration for the boat, because you're allowed to sort out your registration because you've got to reapply every 5 years for our international viewers. Every 5 years is to reapply for your registration. So I was in the process of doing that, and then I got a wee text for a wee email for the MC. Oh, you're due your inspection, Barry. Oh, tell me something I didn't already know. But it's good that they've got that system, because time creeps up on you very rapidly. Where am I going? So yeah. Other news, you'll see I've got no life belts at the back of the boat, and everybody at home will go, oh, Barry Hickey, you got to see without life belts. Well, for one, my inspection is only in a few weeks, and I really need to get on with all these jobs, and I've heard stories that they'll tie you to the wall just for a scratch on your life belt. So they're going in for a refurb, and the way I see it is I'm single-handed anyway. If I fall over the side, who the hell's going to throw me a frickin' life belt? Nobody. Frickin' ghost? I don't know. So yeah, that's my theory on it anyway. So they're up getting a refurb, and if I'm away to try and rescue somebody that's fell into the sea, I think my boat skills are good enough to get alongside them without hurting them and without endangering any more life or the vessel itself. I've been doing this most of my life, guys. So yeah, just twiddling on about nonsense, guys. Right, I'll go and have a look at the sun. It's goddamn beautiful this morning. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Oh, there's a frickin' deer, I know! You're kidding me on! Where the f*** am I supposed to put it? Oh, for f***'s sake, mate. How the f*** am I supposed to fish? Greed, greed, greed. Where the hell's that one gone? Pardon my French, ladies and gentlemen, but by God, this is what infuriates me about the bloody job. F***ing slaughter the ground with bloody gear. This is what the government should be f***ing doing, is capping everything. 200 crews to per man, no maximum to bloody 4 men per boat. That's it. If you can't fish with that and make a living, then you shouldn't be at the f***ing job. I'll tell you one thing, my grandfather and their ancestors would be turning in their graves if they see how they were fish. It's a disgrace. We're always taught, look after your ground, look after your stock. No, these buggers just take all the time. And it's up and down the country to, and yes, I'm having a rant! Ah! 14 bloody fathom just to find a bit of space. It's also because I'm not feeling that great here as well. I bet you spilt your tea there. No, you used to hearing Barry having a rant. No, a proper rant anyway. Right, so what is Barry nervous about? Well, everybody knows that this is the Lynsey B's year for the MCA. Now, I'm always a guy that likes to prepare for everything. And in order to get your MCA, you have to have your certificate of registry up to date. Now, my registry runs out in November. So you're allowed to re-register within that sort of year. In fact, they say 6 months, but me being me, I was well ahead of the game. So I applied to redo my registration for the boat. That was a kerfuffle in itself. 3 emails back and for it, because they didn't have this, they didn't have that, they wanted this, but then they were sending links that went to nowhere and stuff like that. But I will say this, they did say it's a new system and they are learning. So I gave them some nice positive feedback, and hopefully in due course they will sort themselves out. But being a government website, it's pretty much non-negavitable. So, yesterday I get an email for the MCA. Oh, you're overdue your inspection. I'm like, overdue? What are you talking about? We've got you down here as September. I says, yeah, September this year, 2025. You need to get yourself booked in. I'm like, alright, here we go. So they send you a lovely form as 5100, 5100, and it's a whole list of basically information that you have to fill out to apply for your MCA inspection. Now the Lynsey B's getting its in-water inspection and its out-water, so both. In-water means that they inspect the safety gear, the boat stability, things like that. An out-of-water survey is basically your shaft, your rudder, condition of the hull, that sort of thing. And with being a workboat, the Lynsey B does need a little bit of TLC here and there. It's not that I've been neglecting it, it's just that I can't afford it. I mean, all these things cost money, and as soon as you put in a marine environment, it's another zero on the end of your price tag. And they just didn't seem to understand. I mean, so far on my MCA, I've serviced 2 life jackets, I've spent the £70 on the re-registration. There's 2 or 3 other things that I've bought for the inspection. I've still to look through my flares and everything, but they're all in date and they will be right up past the inspection. I've got all that sort of paperwork things to sort out. Oh, honestly, it's just like a minefield. It costs a fortune. And if these guys are wanting the boat lifted out to inspect it and not wanting me to do it on the grid, that's a repair berth for everybody local, then that's going to cost me big money as well, because I need to hire a crane to lift us out, to get the inspection and put us back in, so that's going to cost us double the amount. It's just, honestly, offer a little bit of paper to say that the Lynsey B is fit for sea. Now I understand completely that they have to have safety around the coast and all the rest of it. But when you've got oil tankers running into other oil tankers off of Humby, then a lot of questions have got to be asked how hard they're hitting the little man. Because in the MCA's eyes, one size fits all. Well, if you've watched the channel before, you know, excuse me, frog in the throat, you'll know Barry doesn't do little blethers. And of course, I probably will end up grumping about something. A Baz Rants. But moon's out. Honestly, it's very cold this morning. Hopefully once that ball in the sky gets a little bit higher, it'll get some warmth about the day. But that Scotsman still in my t-shirt, but there you are. So while this weather was on, all this reeking gales of wind and all the rest of it, do you think fishermen just sit with their feet up and put the telly on and get a cup of tea? No. This is the time where fishermen actually do all their maintenance on their boats, or maintenance on gear, stuff like that. So fishing, inshore fishing for creeling anyway, excuse me, I do apologise. It's absolutely constant, it really is constant. I was lucky enough, I got the engine completely serviced, Went through all the mechanicals on the boat as well. So now that we've had that little time off from sea, the boat should be in tip-top condition to go to sea. Now I do this every 200, 250 hours. It depends on the hourage on the clock and what colour my oil is. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, but I'm quite military on that. I like to make sure everything's tickety-boo and done right. I know I'm not going to do a film on servicing engines because it takes me long enough to do it, do the service. Never mind putting a camera here, doing a camera there. Oh, no. It'd take me about, in fact I wouldn't even like to guess how long that would take me. Oh, nah. So, news this week, the Scottish Government, oh, they're so fantastic on their net zero now, it frickin' boils my blood. Net zero wind turbines, here we go. Here's your first morning rant. The Scottish Government has given the thumbs up for 307 turbines to go now in the North Sea just off of Berwick there, St Abb's Head and stuff like that. 307 turbines. Now if you take the time it takes to extract the ores from the ground to make these turbines from a different country, because it's never made in the UK, put on transport ships to come to here, then ships to actually fit them. Is it really green? No, not enough. Frickin' hope. It's all a scam, guys, it really is. If everything was made locally and it was not as much in the sea, then I wouldn't complain as much. But you've got to remember, the sea has its own biodiversity. It's its own world out there. And every day for a whole month, all I've heard on the frickin' radio is these guys blasting out there. And honestly, if that's only for 29 turbines that they had put out there, what are they going to do for 307? Now to me, that doesn't make eco sense. But it's like everything else the government tells you, oh, this is good for who? For their back pocket. It's nothing to do with what's good for the environment, what's good for the fish and all the rest they carry on. All this happened up in the Murray Firth. All the fishermen up there, they used to have a brilliant fishery at certain times of year. Now it's a scrimp and a scrape, all because they put these cables in and these turbines in. But of course, the turbine ends are not going to tell you that it's okie dokie. No, they're going to tell you, oh no, it's fantastic. Oh, you get a whole wildlife right round the base and stuff like that. Ah, my backside. Already we've seen a difference. We've had lobsters with orange eggs that I've never seen in 40 years of fishing. Blowing the fishing east where they put the cables in, non-existent. You tell me what's good for the environment? Frickin' turbines isn't, especially in the sea. Stick them on bloody land. And another thing they've got with net zero, this is, I think it's two things tying in once for me, because up where I live, they're talking about putting the biggest solar panel farm basically on great farmland right outside my doorstep, and it's going to go for miles. Biggest in Europe apparently is going to be, the same as this 307 turbine nonsense. And the two of them are clashing together, and this net zero thing that this UK government's got, the only country that's frickin' doing it, by the way, it's backwards thinking, it really is. I mean, not once have I heard them about tidal. Now tidal you get twice a day, you get strong tides, you get weak tides, but it's always there, it's a constant. Why no hell no blooming do something with that? Because in the UK, being an island nation, we have the best tidal regions on the planet probably. So why can't they investigate that more instead of blasting and blasting and blasting? Yeah, you always wonder why all these animals are washing up on the beaches and all the rest of it. There's not just these super trawlers out there that are doing that. It's these idiots with their blooming dynamite, or however hell they frickin' blow it up. Anyway, there you are, see? I told you I'd get a rant in somewhere along the line. She says, ooh, there we go. There we go, guys, berry hen. Now her eggs are going sort of the red colour with the wee black dots on the side. She's about ready to let them go, so definitely going to be putting that wee lady back. Right, I need to clear something up, guys. A lot of our new subscribers are awfully upset that I'm not V-notching. Now the Scottish Government has made it legal that all berry hens, no matter what species, is not to be landed in Scottish waters. So that's why I don't do it. Basically, my thoughts is they should start a V-notch programme as well. But everybody has to do it. It can't be just a one-man boat thing. You know what I mean? I mean, how many lobsters are you going to get out 150 pots? So, yeah, I just thought I'd let all the new subscribers know that there's new bylaws in Scotland to say that we're not allowed to land any berry hens, no matter what time of year it is. So that's good for the future, but only minding that only 2% of the eggs will actually make it to adulthood. So it's not a big outlay, if you know what I mean. I mean, each female can carry up to 20,000 eggs, depending on the size of the female itself, of course. So yeah. Yes, I know I should be leading by example. I should be doing the V-notching. I used to do V-notching before, but at the same time, I've got a business to run as well, so I need to earn just the same as everybody else. And with the prices being rock bottom at this time of year, you need every lobster you can get your hands on. Especially with the way prices frickin' skyrocketing just for even living. I mean, fishermen are finding it hard as is, just surviving. You know what I mean? But I mean, the price of gear's through the roof, price of bait's through the roof, price of diesel's through the roof. And it's only gone one way, it's gone up the way. But the price of lobsters are staying the same as they have done since the 1980s. Well, there you are. Oh, no again. Oh my Lord. Give in with this f***ing nonsense. How's it caught in the bloody thing now? Oh. Mio Mayo. Right. Can we get fishing sensibly now, please? What on earth now? See if that's caught again. I'm going to scream. How the f is it in there? Ugh, f And of course it's caught the skeg. Get away to hell, you stupid looking bloody rope. Pardon my French, guys. If I go that way, then it should drift us down. Is it clear? Nah, it's no clear. You're going that way, it's going that way. What the f*** is going on? That's it, keep going round. What's happening here, guys, is we've got the sorry. We've got the skeg, then we've got the rudder stock, and the rope is trapped right in between. Oh, I think that's it, popped off now. What a state of affairs. Aye, it's popped off. Oh. Right, let's see if we can cash on with this. Oh my God, what a last fleet. Oh, yeah, I didn't really want to go into the politics side of things, so please don't write a comment below about Keir Starmer selling the British fishing industry out. It was just announced yesterday, or last night really, that he sold us out basically for another 12-year deal with his EU buddies. His EU buddies, not ours. So, for the next 12 years, the French, the Spanish, the Portuguese, anybody, China, frickin' anybody can come into your waters and fish how they goddamn well want. Well, our fleet dwindles and gets zero support from our weak, traitorous government. That's the only words I've got for it. I'm sure you'll have your own as well. But we'll not go into that because basically we knew what kind of person this Yelly Belly is. We knew he doesn't do nothing for Britain. Right, for somebody that says he doesn't want anything to do with it, I've got enough of a big opinion on it. Right, shut up, Barry. Politics is crap. Politics is what killed this industry and every other industry Great Britain had. That's before we came the doorstep to Europe. Aye, the end you wipe your feet on with all the crap that you've got on your feet. Anyway. So I thought, right, happy days. Now, the weather was going to be coming in that evening. So I says to him, is that the inspection finished? He says, yes, Barry, I'm very, very pleased with your boat. You may move your boat through to the old harbour and come back and we'll talk about the report when we're finished. So he says, right, happy days. So I starts the boat up. I'm telling all the lads and lasses on the pier that I've passed the MCA and water inspection. My smile was from here to here. Got the boat through, tied up, went back through to see the MCA officer. And he says, right, Barry, this is a report, blah, 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 blah. He says, your jump pack is a section 16, which you have 2 weeks to actually get. And he says, there's a bit of paperwork that you're missing from your paperwork, your book. I went, oh, aye, what's that? He says, your man overboard procedure. And he says, I'm afraid that's section 17, you're tied to the pier. I says, you what? After all that, you were happy with everything and now you're telling me that I'm tied to the pier? He says, yes. He says, unfortunately, that's just the way it works in. So this is how the MC write up. It's nothing to do with the inspector I might want to add. So never ever get onto your inspector because it's above the inspector. It's the guys who make the rules that we're not happy about. So for this bit of paper, which is only a diagram to tell you where you might fall overboard, I know where I'm going to fall overboard. You've got to write it up like that. 2 bits of paper, they tied us to a wall. Now, I went straight home, I copied that out and I sent it straight to them. It's taken them another 8 days to actually confirm that I can go to sea. I only got it at tea time last night. So now I'm actually going to move the Lynsey B through and we're going to start back to work finally after all this time off to try and get through an in-water MC inspection. And before I finish, we're going to talk about costs. So guys, the last little piece, the cost. What did this cost the Lynsey B in my business to get through this inspection? Now obviously, taking the time off to get all these jobs done was my prerogative. I mean, you could just go to sea, work right up to your inspection, but the chances of you actually passing that, because the detail that my inspector went through was tenfold. I mean, they look at how clean an engine bay is and stuff like that. They're looking for cleanliness as well. I don't know what they expect. I mean, this is a 5-year-old boat, and guess what? It didn't pass its inspection. 5 years old. It's only been at sea 3 years. Now, the cost of this to my business, that's over 4 weeks off from the sea. So we're talking about 2.5 grand. Then I had at least £600 just to get bits and bobs to pass the MC inspection. There was extra lights I needed to buy, the life belts needed refurbished. I had to get new switch panels, stuff like that. So for the amount of money that I have spent, it is going to take me, in summer prices for the lobsters, 500 lobsters to actually catch myself up to what this inspection is. And for a small business, that is absolutely devastating. I could have been making that money all through this period that I've been off. 4 weeks, I mean, it's not a lot. And this is only 1 or 2 inspections. That's the one thing I don't get. I've now got to pull the boat out the water for them to walk around to actually see if the boat's okay on the outside. So that's going to cost me more time off, more money again, and it's probably end up going to be the same. So the time our season is over, I'm just going to break even. Now, I wanted to give, in fact, I wanted to a quick blather with you about the future of fishing. Now, I had a lovely comment on one of our videos from Aaron O'Driscoll. Now, this lad is 16-year-old, and all he's ever wanted to do since he could walk and talk is go fishing. Now, Dad and Grandad, being wise men that they are, saying, no, don't go to fishing, son. It's knackered. It's absolutely knackered. Guys, it's been knackered since 1973, since we joined the EU. Anyway, apart from that, how on earth, as a nation, do we expect fishing to continue if we don't encourage young men and women to go to sea? It's just going to stop. I know it's a hard living. It is. Obviously, you see what I'm trying to do here. And earning a living is hard, and you've got to invest a lot, not just money, but time. As you do in every business, of course, and sometimes the rewards are not as profitable as they should be for the effort that you put in. Sorry, there's ends coming up, guys. And I just want to say to young Aaron, just do what your gut and your heart tells you, son. I know Grandad and Dad will be awfully upset at me, but look at me, I'm living the dream, right? I mean, that's the only reason this smile, well, it's not really, because the smile comes when Lynsey's about as well, and the bear. When I'm at sea, the smile gets big. It does get big, because this is where I was born to be. And if you feel like that too, that's where you're supposed to be. And if not, just give it a try. That's the best idea. Give it a try. If it doesn't work out, then try something else. That's what life's like. You get knocks, you get bashes, you wipe yourself down, you get back up, and you crack on. And all this, oh, you don't know what I'm going through, oh, I'm this and all that. No, it's just excuses. Dust yourself off, get back up, and get on with something else. So there we have it, guys. And I'm quite sure there's a lot of young men and women out there that are thinking the same thing and they're getting the same advice from their elders. I mean, how are we expecting the knowledge to be passed on if we don't teach the young? Because once this industry is lost, it's lost forever, guys. It really is. There's no getting this back. That's exactly why I'm making one man in his boat vlogs. To teach you all about what's happening at sea before it's all gone. Why is it all gone? The usual crooks in offices. I'm not going to say people, I'm going to say crooks, because that's what they are, because they're robbing you, men and women of their livelihoods. Eh? How dare they? How dare they? That is good to be back at sea, I swear to God, guys. See all that prep work for the bit of paper? It's ridiculous, it really is. And then they've got a cheek to tie you to the wall for a bit of bloody paper. Frickin' no real. Honestly, these frickin' office jockeys. They ought to try and come in and actually doing this job for a week. But oh no, they've got to justify their own existence, haven't they? And that's fact. Say no more.